welcome once more to another Let's Play. This time we are playing Inspector Paws. Apparently it's supposed to be pretty good, I guess. It was requested by somebody in my thread on the RPG Maker web Let's Play thread that I have. Yes. Aha. So apparently you are a cat who inspects. Sounds like fun. Episode 1. Evening Blue. Hello, Great Detective Arthur Watts speaking. Oh, it's a pleasure to speak to you, madame. I'm a big fan. You flatter me too much. A case? Of course! I would be happy to work with someone as lovely as yourself. A case? Yes, I see. All right. Yep, I've got it. I'm on my way now. May I say I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Charmed. Farewell for now. Come on, Paws. We got ourselves a job for the famous actress, Catherine Quinn. I bet she's a bombshell in person. I can't wait. Sure, as long as you care about... As normal, you either care about the women or the money, not the case itself. Not that you solve them anyway. Still, a case for a famous actress. This could be interesting. It's a long drive to Catherine Quinn's house out in the countryside. I wouldn't mind so much, but Arthur's taste in music is quite questionable. He likes these songs because the singers are pretty ladies, I bet. Reminds me a bit of that guy out of Detective Conan. How long it's been now? At least a year. A year of solving cases and laying out the evidence so this idiot can solve them. I heard Arthur used to be a pretty good investigator, but now he's clumsy and lacks the eye to find smaller pieces of evidence. Fortunately, he's good enough to put together the evidence. It's still up to me to find out everything first, all while acting like a pet. If only humans could understand me, maybe I'd get some recognition. Maybe I wouldn't be stuck with powdered milk and cheap cat food. Look at that, Paws. Here it is, the house of Catherine Quinn. I still can't believe I'm about to meet her. Look, you've got a lot of out of the text box issues with this. What I'd recommend before you go through all your text boxes and change everything is look into getting a different font. Nothing fancy schmancy, but something a bit more compact. It doesn't have to be like Impact, but you know, something a little smaller, still stands out, but it might help. Also, her is spelled H-E-R. Oh great, a few more minutes of these cheesy pop songs and I'll have lost my mind. Oh. Knock, 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 motherfucker, a man! Oh, Arthur Watts, I've been expecting you. Don't be shy, come inside. The pleasure's mine, madame. Wow, this place is just as big as I expected. Might I say you look much more handsome in person, Arthur. You don't mind if I call you that, right? Call me whatever you like, madame. Come on. Come on, come on. We'll take a seat in front of the fire and get better acquainted. This is a lovely house, Catherine, although I always thought your house would be much bigger. I've always preferred smaller houses. This is big enough for me. It's quite fancy. Ah, I've lost his voice. Anyway, now I'm here, I'd better start paying attention to what goes on around me. Sometimes you'll notice something suspicious in the character's speech and actions. At the right moment, an exclamation mark will appear over Paws' head. Press Shift button N to take notice. So, Catherine, what's the case you've got for me? You didn't mention over the phone. Oh, case? Oh, she doesn't have a case for us? Oh, please excuse me, that must be my sister. Whoa, another beauty. Way to be smooth, that was loud enough for her to hear. Oh, Arthur Watts, Detective Arthur Watts. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I follow all your cases in the news. I think you are great. That's apostrophe R-E. Because you are, not your. Oh, that's great. I'm humbled to have a fan as charming as yourself. So, where's Catherine gone? I think she's outside having a cigarette. Anyway, please tell me how you solved that last case. Well, it was by no means easy, but I knew exactly who did it from the start, just as I knew you were lovely when you stepped through that door. Oh, Arthur, your small talk is about as charming as a toad. Actually, that's kind of insulting the toad. Well, I guess I can zone out for a bit. There hasn't been any mention of the case since we got here. I wonder if there really was one. What were their names again? Ah, that's right. The man with the white sweater is Zach Jonas, Catherine's boyfriend. Arthur's face was priceless when he found out she had one. I think the man in the expensive coat is Martin Quinn, Jennifer and Catherine's brother. And then, of course, Catherine Quinn in the red and Jennifer Quinn in the purple. It seems like we were brought here because they wanted to chat. Looking at the two of them, Jennifer and Catherine both sound and look similar. They're not twins, but pretty close. Not that I mind. I was given some 100% pure milk. It's so nice to have the real stuff. I think I was just getting used to that powder crap Arthur gives me. So it was obvious they were carrying a gun. So I jumped up and... Ah, my dress! Oh, I've got the voices wrong again. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all right. It's not your fault. I might not be able to get it out, though. Oh, come on. It's only a wine stain, and that dress was cheap and tacky anyway. The two sisters glare at each other. Something must be wrong between them. I'm going to change. I'll be back in a moment. Oh, Arthur, I see you're getting quite low on that gin. Care for another? Oh, that'll be great, thanks. All right, I'll be back in a while. Hey, I wouldn't mind one too. You've had more than enough already, Martin. It seems there's tension between brother and sister, too. Same Kath as always. She's always mean to you? Not just him. You've only just met her, so you wouldn't understand, but she's not the angel the media portrays her as. Is that so? Something fishy is going on here, and it's not the kind of fishy I'm fond of. Anyway, forget her for now, Arthur. I want to hear more of your tales. Well, time to zone out again. Oh, that's me. I gotta take this call. Wrong voice. Damn it. Well, I think I'm gonna take the time to go to the bathroom. Back in a bit. Alright. Something's going on. Me and Arthur sat quietly in the room for over 30 minutes. Oh. And I really did yawn. Copycat. Arthur, my sister's bedroom door is locked and no one is answering. I'm worried. Are you sure she's still in there? The door has a bolt lock. It can only be locked from inside. If she's not in there, it might be a burglar. Oh, come on, let's just break it down. She's got plenty of money to replace the door anyway. Hey, she might be sleeping or something. We can't. We've been knocking and calling for at least 10 minutes now. If she was in there, she would have answered. We have to see if she's all right. Arthur's right. She would have answered by now. I guess we've got no other choice. That's the spirit. Come on, Zack. It's about time you put those muscles to good use. 3, 2, 1. It's so dark in here. Where's the light switch? Just to your right, near the plant. What? Sis! Wait, don't come in here. This could be a crime scene. No! No! Could be a crime scene. This is. She was murdered. Right under our damn noses. Arthur called the police and waited with the other 3 down the road down in the reception room. It didn't take too long for them to arrive. I know, Arthur. It seems more like a suicide. Sure, they don't have any alibis, but the room was locked from the inside. Maybe you're right, Tony. It's just strange to me. Well, you know her drama was about to be cancelled, right? Maybe she just couldn't take it. But if you believe this is a murder, we'll at least check it out. No one's been in the room, right? The suspect's not allowed around? Me and the cat were the only 2 to go in after that. I waited with the suspects in the reception room. They didn't leave my sight. Great! We've got an officer watching them downstairs, so we're free to investigate up here. Let's get started. Arthur and Tony cut Catherine down from the rope and lay her cold body on the floor. All right, time to find out what happened here. I should search the room first, then the body after. Bottle of wine and a glass. It's a pot. A laptop. The case has a cat face on it. Oh, she likes kitty cats. The shelf is quite dusty, but one spot is no dust at all. It looks like it was disturbed. There's a small jewelry box with a fragment of a necklace inside. Clearly this box had to be moved. What's this? It looks like, I better close the drawer. Clothes and such. There is nothing of interest in the pot plant. A lot of books. I see Princess X2, Guests That Aren't Invited, and Night One, the Quadruple C. There are a few steamy novels in the drawer. Here, there are some broken pieces from the bolt lock here. There's a thin mark, like that of a wire, around the slider. There are marks around the door handle, like a small wire has dug into the wood. The culprit most likely looped the wire around something closed the door and pulled on the wire, making the door bolt shut. Then they took the wire with them. That's all of the evidence from the room. I'd better check the body now. All right, where should I look? Neck. The marks from the rope are quite deep. There's another mark here. It's thin like a wire. It looks like the marks I found on the door and lock. There's a small tear in the dress's sleeve. Perhaps there was a struggle and the culprit caught it. There's a small dark red stain around the hip. I can't see anything else. I think I'm done here. It's starting to look more like a suicide, Arthur. Well, since we're done in here, we'll go down and interrogate the guests. Maybe we'll find something out. All right. Don't stay in here too long, Paws. Let Catherine rest. Yes, because that's exactly what she needs, rest. All right, now with those two gone, I have a moment to think. Green notes become green, green become blue, red, okay. So what? Oh, I see. Now, for the motive and the culprit, I'll go check downstairs with Arthur and Tony. Arthur. Well, thanks. We're done for now. Alright, I'll be quick and blunt as I can be with my questions. Is that alright? Yes. Where were you at the time of Catherine's suicide? I was in my room changing. I heard Zack banging on my sister's door and went to see what was wrong. So you say. Fair enough. Why were we changing? I spilled some wine on my dress. It was my fault. I knocked the glass in her hand. All right then. What was your relationship with your sister? Was your relationship with your sister good? She's my sister and I love her. I could see through that lie from a mile away, missy. Well, thanks. We're done for now. We're done for. Alright, I'll be quick and blunt as I can be with my questions. Is that alright? Fine by me. Where were you at the time of Catherine's suicide? I looked around for Catherine but couldn't see her, so I went to the bathroom upstairs. After, I checked her room, but the door was locked and no one answered. Fits with Jennifer's story, at least. Oh, I remember seeing Martin head into his room. It was strange. He said he had a phone call, but I didn't see him talking to anyone. It seems like he didn't like Catherine much. Maybe he could have... Catherine was loaning Martin a lot of money, but she wasn't blackmailing him for it. I wouldn't be surprised, though. We'll find out later, Arthur. Fuck, I missed it. We'll find out later, Arthur. Thanks, Zack. Head back to the dining room and wait with the officer there. Alright, I'll be as quick as blunt as I can be with my questions. Is that alright? Whatever, let's just get this over with. Where were you at the time of Catherine's suicide? I had a phone call. Of course you did. Zack mentioned you were being blackmailed by Catherine. Seems like an ample reason to offer, don't you think? What? No, I hated her, but I wouldn't kill her. And besides, Catherine was cheating on Zack. She had enough, so he had enough of a reason too. Well, thanks for that. Go and wait with the officer, please. Arthur, let's see what we've got so far. All right, I'll go check out the suspect's rooms now. I know who the culprit is, but I just need proof, and of course, to let that idiot detective know. Just some scrap papers and trash. There's a photo in the drawer. It's showing Catherine embracing another man. I'm on the bed. I'm on the couch. There's a guitar in the cabinet. It has a string missing. Alright, that's everything from here. Now on to Martin's room. A letter from Catherine. It simply says, "How dare you talk to me in such a manner? You should know your place. Remember, I can cut you off at any time." A guitar string. Perhaps this is the one from Zach's guitar. Why would it be here? Now for the last one, Jennifer's. There is a letter tucked away in the corner. What's this? A letter casting Jennifer as the lead of Even Blue, a drama Catherine is famous for? What? How was Catherine given the part instead? Oh, there is something else. A photo of Zach and Jennifer. Those must have been together at one point. There is part of a necklace in the bin. It looks like the one I found in Catherine's jewellery box. There are a few pieces on the floor too. This is a lot. Martin was blackmailed, Zach was cheated on, and Jennifer I need some time to think about. I wanted to check the black. Alright, and that, and then we turn that, and that, and that, that and that. Frankly, I have no idea what I'm doing, so just bear with me, folks. I'm guesstimating at the highest. Oh, there we go. See? I knew exactly what I was doing. As I thought, they are the culprit. Now to lay out the evidence and lure Arthur here. From then it's up to him. Hey, come on already. It's a suicide. Let us go. Well, seeing as... Ow, you damn cat. Come here. That's it. This way, this way. I lead Arthur back to the crime scene where I've laid out the evidence for the method, motive and culprit. It's not long before he figures it out. We go back to the reception room for the deduction show. Well then, I guess it's time to lift the curtain. This wasn't a suicide, it was a murder. Impossible. You saw it. The door was locked from the inside and Catherine was hanging from the ceiling. Perhaps, but you can easily lock the door from the outside using a piece of thin wire. You simply loop it around the bolt and pull, causing the bolt to lock, and wire will easily come through the door and back into your hand. Who killed my sister? Want me to get straight to the point, eh? Well, the culprit is you. What? Oh, come on, detective. How... Oh, what? Oh, come on, detective. How could she have? Easy. She simply asked to speak to her sister. The two go upstairs. While Catherine's back is turned, she takes off her necklace and strangles her. Arthur with a necklace? God. Of course, you know those types of necklaces that have string threaded through the jewellery. If you look closely, Jennifer's missing some pieces. You've lost it. Even if she did kill her, how did she hang Catherine's body from the ceiling? Easy enough, don't you think? All you'd need is a noose and a chair. What's more, Jennifer called me posing as Catherine in order to get me to confirm. You're just throwing an accusation at me. Do you have any proof? You're a fan of mine, right? I think you know the answer to that. Why would Jennifer want to kill her sister? It doesn't make sense. Evening blue, right, Jennifer? Catherine dyed her hair and wore contacts and went to the audition in your place. She took everything from me. She stole my dreams, stole my one chance. She stole my only love. She left me with nothing and mocks me and about trying to get back on my feet. That witch has hurt so many people. She didn't deserve to live. That doesn't give you the right to kill her. Your sister is dead, Jennifer. You have to live with her blood on your hands now. Jennifer collapses and cries. The sound of her sorrowful sobbing fills the air around us. She cries until her eyes are dry and sore. She goes willingly with the police without saying a word. The rest of us watch her as the car vanishes into the dark. Me and Arthur go back into the car and drive home. There aren't any cheesy pop songs this drive. I bet I'll be getting powdered milk again tonight. Two thumbs up, yeah, okay. Alrighty. That, my friends, was Inspector Paws. Now, I'm going to give my rundown. Yay. Graphics. Graphics are pretty well done. Yeah, pretty well done. Mapping was done easily, was done well, and, it looked like it was supposed to, I guess. There wasn't much to show in that aspect, but, you know, what there was worked well. Sounds were there a bit, I guess. They weren't really amazing. They weren't really terrible. Music. Even during the dark moments, like the murder and that, they kept having the same music. This bright, chirpy stuff, I kept expecting it to change, and, well, it only changed to turn off, I do believe. I can't remember any other song playing, so, yeah, it just didn't fit all the way through. Maybe having different tunes every now and again would have helped. Yeah. Oh, for the graphics, by the way, I meant to say, I like this, title screen. Yep. And, a lot. And the logo. Gameplay, very simplistic. Very typically easy. The little puzzle thing was cute. That worked well, and that was interesting. It would have been nice to try and put things together yourself. And it would have been nice to be able to choose to leave the room instead of having it automatically start, because I don't know what that black thing on the floor was, but I didn't get to check it because I thought that was the instigation point. Yeah, so I wanted to check that and didn't get to unless it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, in which case, now we come to the big thing. Writing. The plot itself was, you know, pretty good. It was a toss-up who did it, really. It was very reminiscent of Case Closed or Detective Conan, the manga series. Especially with, like, the main, with the detective character and his love of women and his typical bumbling and having somebody else point out the real culprit to him. It was cute that there was a cat, you know, as the actual main character. That was kind of cool. The writing itself had a lot of issues. You might have noticed I stumbled over quite a bit of the way it was written. Because this wasn't an LT, Let's Try, I didn't point out what I could have, and I was humming and hawing about really doing that. I kind of wanted to say, look, this is what's wrong here, you shouldn't do this, and you should put, just be more specific with it. But at the same time, it's a let's play. I don't want to get over the top analytical. I mean, I do this little rundown at the end, and if something really jumps out at me, I'll point it out. But apart from that, I kind of don't want to go deep into it. It is a short game. I probably should have, but by the time I realised that I probably wanted to and really wanted to, it was too late. I'd already skipped half the stuff that I wanted to point out anyway. Needless to say, I highly recommend you either get somebody to look at somebody who knows something about writing to look at the script and like rewrite certain parts of it. Like the general gist of it was fine, but there was a lot of grammar and some spelling mistakes and like you saw, a lot of text runoff, which needs to be fixed, because I was practically guessing at some things what they were saying. It's like, and like, I got it wrong with the whole blackmailing thing. I'm like, but it's not like she's, oh yes, wait, yeah, she is blackmailing. So, you need to get that fixed. You need to get an editor or, somebody who knows proper English to go in there and actually rewrite certain parts for you that didn't work quite as well as you probably hoped. The story itself is fine. It leaves you enough. It leaves enough for each person to have been the culprit. There's enough clues there and enough vagueness there for each person to have done it. It would have been nice to be able to actually go through the clues and piece them together yourself, sort of thing, and even maybe an ending, depending, you could have had some bad endings, sort of thing, where you chose the wrong suspect and then later you realise it's the wrong suspect. Oh, I don't know. Or see, I could see this as a series where Inspector Paws goes through and whoever you choose, it puts a yay or nay at the end, and at the end of like 10 cases or something, you get a score out of 10 for how well you did, or your money, like, I could see it where you've got this detective agency, you pick, like, every couple of days or something, at the end of every case you get to pick like one of 3 cases, and then there's like the three-man rule, as they do in most cliche detective ones. 3 people could have done it, and you have to choose who did it, and then in the next case when you're home, after the case ends, you might get to read a newspaper and says such and such's name cleared of the crime if you picked it wrong, and then you get deductions from like your money or something. I could see it as sort of like a cross between a detective sort of sim, where you've got to try and, I don't know, maybe your detective, your shop or your house, your agency is going to be taken if you can't raise enough rent in a certain amount of time, and so you've got to be spot on with your detections and, try and get in there. And you still play as the cat, like you can buy fancy cat food and stuff like that outside of the actual cases, or when you're travelling from one case to from one spot to another, sort of thing. And 10 cases all up, with about 30 cases to choose from, because each time you're choosing between 1 to 3 cases, and then at the end you get a like 10 out of 10 rating of how well you did. That would be an interesting way to go about it. Of course, it would be a hell of a lot longer, but it'd be pretty interesting to see. And maybe you manage to teach the detective how to detect again, and then Inspector Paws can retire to be well fed with top-notch milk and stuff. Or maybe your detective dude gets fired. And so you get sent to the pound. Oh, that's terrible. No, don't do that. But, you know, you get the idea. There's a lot that can be done with an idea like this, and I really liked it. I would have liked a little scrapbook like the one that's shown on the title screen there, just so you could, you know, refresh yourself with the pertinent points of the mystery, especially if the mystery is going to be, like, longer and more detailed, and if you find evidence and stuff like that. That would have been interesting. But as it stands, you know, it was a cute little game. You do need to get somebody to check out the writing for you. Like I recommended, with the you know, out-of-box work, try a different font. If that doesn't work, then yeah, definitely go through and, well, you could probably just go through, because you're going to, if you do get somebody to do all the dialogue and what change for you, you will have to go through and change it all anyway, so you might as well fix up the out of text box stuff. You should be able to see, though, automatically when you, it comes up with a preview thing, and you should be able to see automatically whether it's overline or not, so you should check that more often when you write dialogue, or, you know, when you write anything, if you're using the default font size and everything. It should automatically show you how, if it goes outside the line or not, like the text box. Alright, so all in all, I'd say about 2.5, maybe 3 stars out of 5. I liked it. I did like it. I did enjoy myself for what little there was of it, and I think that it could be a nice solid game if it had a few extra fixes thrown in. But apart from that, I think it was cute. And Inspector Paws is currently my favourite detective kitty. Alright, of course I kept messing up all the everyone else's voices except Detective Paws's. It's kinda hard. But, apart from that, well, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. I'll see you in the next one, whichever one that will be. Until then, I hope you have a good day, or evening, or morning, or night. And, take care of yourselves out there. And, I'll see you next time. This is Liberty, signing out. Ciao for now, guys.